club craft room, that is. And let me move you over just a little bit. This is high-tech camera systems that we have here in Club Craft Room. High-tech. I'll have you in a drawer. You're welcome. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make an amazing tumbler. It's called the Invisible Tumbler. It's actually not a tumbler. I'm not making a tumbler with you today. I'm actually making something else, which I thought was really cool. And I thought I'd change up the pace and show you how to make this, which I'm sure some of you are like, dang it, I really wanted to see a tumbler. Well, too bad, so sad, sucks to be you. I'm teaching you how to make this instead. So I saw this really cool thing on the Tickety Talk. So I'm not taking credit for it. But I saw this really cool thing on the Tickety Talk, and I thought, you know what? I should show you how to, because this looks really cool, and I'm going to try it too. So we're going to try this, and we're going to do this whole little project. It shouldn't take very long. And then maybe you could do this with your littles so that you can, you know, if you're a school teacher or if you're a mom or if you're homeschooling or Zooming or, you know, maybe if you're just bored one day and just want to piddle around with something, you can do this as well. So we're going to get started. You're going to need a Ziploc bag. You're going to need some fingernail polish or acetone. You're going to need some Sharpies, some water or some other goo, which I don't know what the other goo is because they never said, but I reckon like maybe gelatin or gel or goo or just, I don't know, goo. And you're going to need these little coins that you can get on the party aisle of your Walmart, okay, section, or you can just, I don't know, get some fake money at the Walmart, or you can use real, I don't know, real nickels and quarters and spray paint them gold. I don't know, be creative if you can't find them, whatever. Cut out cardboard. Well, no, don't do that because that'll get soggy. Anyway, and you're going to need water and goo, and I think I said water and goo, paper towels, whatever, and a sexy hostess. Hi. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is, if your Ziploc bag, and you're going to need a good, strong Ziploc bag. Don't get like the cheap kind, because you're going to put stuff in this, and you're going to be all like magooing it, okay? So you're going to open up your acetone. Open up that acetone. Don't watch this with your littles. Just, you do this before you do this with your littles, okay? And you're going to, which I was surprised this worked. Well, I'm surprised I can't. Okay. And you're going to take off. Just take it off. You're going to take off the label off of your Ziploc bag. It's like magic. Ba-bam! So now you have a clear Ziploc bag with no writing or anything like that on it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So if you want your own like clear Ziploc bags that you don't have anybody else's writing on. Okay, that's it. End of the tutorial. Ta-da! I just thought that was neat. So little things amaze me. Anyway, so I guess I would have made any man very happy. Never mind. Anyway, now you're going to take a Sharpie, or if you're like super mega crafty, like some of us, you can cut this out on your silhouette, but don't. Just be average. Don't be extra. Be average, okay? And you're going to draw a little. Now, look, don't judge my drawing abilities, but you're going to draw this big fat pot, okay? This is the pot, okay? Just, if you don't think it looks like a pot, just use your imagination, okay? And then you're going to draw these little whimsical rainbow looking swooshes, okay? Red, yellow, green, blue, and then purple, okay? And if you're wondering why I left out the color orange, it's because I don't have it. So if you have an orange Sharpie, then Knock yourself out and put orange in there, but I don't have orange. So judge yourself, okay? And then you're going to take your Sharpie and you're going to color in your little rainbow. Yeah, I know. Gay girl doesn't have orange. Whatever. Laugh at yourself. And then you're going to color in. And I know this is the boring part, so, whatever. So I'm going to tell you a story that I have never told before while I color. Because, well, who wants to just sit and watch me color? Because that's boring. So one year I was teaching, and I was teaching actual littles, like this size littles. And I was on my way to school. And I was teaching down in a place called Phoenix, Louisiana, which is way, way down in the bottom of the boot. And it's on the East Bank in Louisiana. But it's way, way down in the bottom of the boot, right? And you had to take a ferry across, and it was just a big, hot, long ride, okay? And there's a big winding road, and it's just a long, long ways. So I was on my way to school. It was only my second year of teaching. And while I was driving down there, it was the year of the inauguration of the president. And or the year of the running of the president. And so all of a sudden, I knew that the president was coming, or the president-elect was coming to town to, campaign. And so we got pulled over in this big motorcade, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, we were really close to the base. But the base was on the other side of the river. But I thought, oh my God, they're probably taking like a sneaky snake, route, whatever. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to get to see the president or the president-elect. Like, this is so cool. So they pull us over, and we're all waiting on the side of the road by the levee. And I'm, getting all excited. So I get out of my car, right? And I stand up on the side of my car. And I get out on the ledge. And then one big tour bus, like it's like a big Greyhound, like Greyhound tour bus, and it passes by. And then all of a sudden another big tour bus passes by. So I am like, yes. So I start waving. I mean, like flailing like a lunatic, because I'm thinking, who is ever going to say that they got to see the bus of the president? And I'm thinking maybe he'll stop. Maybe he'll be like, look at this poor little wayward lady. Maybe we'll stop and sign her, her test papers or her briefcase or something. Because, I'm a teacher. I was a history teacher for little bitties. So I was like, maybe he'll sign something or, whatever. I was so excited. So I thought, yes. So I got excited. And I am waving. I mean, flailing. Now I'm like, bam, 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 bam. I'm honking my horn, waving my hand, flailing around. Well, obviously they didn't stop. So I was like, womp, womp, womp. That sucks, right? So I get back in my car. I get my seatbelt on. And I'm getting ready to proceed to school, which is about still another 20 minutes down the road. No big deal. Then all of a sudden, the car in front of me leaves. And it goes along its way. And before the car in front of me, right before I pull off, I hear a bunch of sirens. And I mean like a bunch of sirens. So I'm like, oh, maybe another one. So I hesitate to take off. And all of a sudden, my car is surrounded. And when I tell you surrounded, I mean there was nowhere for me to move an inch. There were so many cars and so many police officers. And I mean agents and police officers. It was just ridiculous. So I'm like a little unnerved. And I'm thinking, okay. So all of a sudden, I mean, people jump out of the car like cockroaches. And they're like, get out of the car now! Get out, get out! I'm like, oh my God, what in the heck is going on? And they are guns drawn screaming like mad lunatics. Okay. They are FBI everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Big, scary guns drawn like they are under attack. And I'm thinking, wait, are they talking to me? I'm thinking clearly that this is not me. So I didn't really think about it at first. I'm thinking, they're probably thinking somebody else. No, they're talking to me. They're like, get out, get out, get out. They're now on my hood, on my trunk. They are every which way but one. And I am now in tears. They fling open my car door. They rip me from the car. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? I did not know that it was illegal to wave at the president or the presidential candidate. Had I known that, I wouldn't have freaking did it. Like, oh my God, now I'm in trouble, whatever. So now these people are, ripping my car to shreds, okay? I'm thinking, I don't know what y'all are looking for. The most y'all are going to find in there is graded test papers and bean bags and, probably my PE uniform or whatever. You're probably going to find, tears from my shedded hopes and dreams. So I am a mess. Now I'm sitting, they have now handcuffed me and I'm sitting on the levee in my teacher clothes. It's soaking wet. Soaking wet because it had rained all night. I'm full of mud. I'm in handcuffs and I'm like, sir, please, sir. I didn't know it was illegal. And I'm trying to get these people's attention and they are just not listening to me. And these agents are just literally not having anything to do with me. They just think I am a hot mess express. They're like, ma'am, be quiet. Ma'am, be quiet. Ma'am, be quiet. And so they are pulling stuff out of my car, throwing it on the ground. They could give zero craps about me. So finally, they open my trunk. And in my trunk is my granddaddy's briefcase that I have been using to go to school in, okay? And in my trunk is my granddaddy's briefcase. And in my briefcase is my laptop and all of my grades and my test papers. And they're like, oh my God, do it. And they run up the levee and take my granddaddy's briefcase and throw it into the freaking Mississippi River. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I go to get up and now they have rolled me over on my stomach, face down into the mud. And now it is pouring down raining. My face is in the mud. They've got 1 foot on my neck, 1 foot on my shoulder. I have now thrown up all over myself and I am just screaming, crying. My granddaddy's briefcase, my laptop is in the Mississippi River. And I am I'm just thinking, that's it. I don't even know what, I did not know waving was illegal. I had no idea that waving was illegal. So here I am, full of mud. It is pouring, raining. They're still rummaging through my car. Everybody's whatever. Now, at the time, my principal, because of the town that I taught at, was the councilman of the area. So they had already, I was like, I'm a teacher for God's sakes. Call my principal. He's the councilman. Call my principal. So they called my principal, and my principal, of course, because he is also the councilman, is now coming up the road. It took him 20 minutes to get there because it was a far ways down the road. Okay, so look, back to the project real quick. So you color your cute little pot of gold, right? So here's a little cute pot of gold. Yay. Okay. Back to the story. So my principal comes up the road and now they have picked me up off the ground and they are getting ready to put me in this giant FBI vehicle and put me and take me to prison. I am getting ready to go to jail. I am full of mud, full of throw up. It is storming, raining. I am covered in, like, it is I am disgusting, right? So my principal pulls up and he gets out of the car and he is like befuddled. He is just like, cannot believe himself. And he comes up to me and he goes, Miss Chauvin. Oh, who is it? Who is it? I'm not answering the door. Oh. I will go. Oh, sorry. There's never-ending things at this house. So.
I think I touched the door already.
Oh, that's okay. So I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, Miss Chauvin, what were you doing? I said, sir, I had no idea that it was illegal to wave at the president. Had I known that, sir, I wouldn't have done it. Please, you have to believe me. And he goes, now his face changed from like angry, I'm going to physically harm you, to, wait, what? He said just that. He goes, wait, what? I said, sir, I had no idea. I'm like, sir, please listen to me. He's like, wait, what? I said, I had no idea that it was illegal to wave at the president of the United States or at the president-elect. I had no idea. Sir, had I known, please listen to me. Please call my wife. Please. You have no idea. He goes, Miss Chauvin, what were you doing? I said, the motorcade pulled us over, and I thought it was the president. So I got out of my car, and I thought it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So I was waving. He said, that's what you were doing? I said, yes. And he said, hold on one moment. So he went and got the guy that was like in charge of this. And he said, please come here. And now he is like in tears laughing. And I'm thinking, this is not funny, sir. Okay, so this is the part of the craft. All right, so you're going to open your little Ziploc bag. And you're going to pour in just a little bottle, little skeet bottle of water, okay? You're going to pour in your little skeet bottle of water. And you're going to put these little coinsy poos in here one at a time, not on top of each other. Okay? Make sure they're not on top of each other. And then you're going to zip up your little Ziploc bag. Okay? Then I'm going to show you what this does in a second. Okay? So you're going to do that. Okay? So I said, sir, I promise you, and make sure that make sure as much air is out. Okay? So kind of like sit on it, but make sure you don't like push all the water out too, because then you'll be like screwed. So I was like, sir, I promise you, please call my wife. Like, I'm still in handcuffs. So he says, I'll be right back. So he goes get the head guy in charge, right? He comes over to me and he says, say what you just said. I said, I didn't know it was illegal. He said, Miss Chauvin, do you know who you were waving to? I said, clearly no. I said, I see if they're waving to George Bush or Bill Clinton. I don't know, sir. He said, Miss Chauvin, about 35 miles down this road is a high-profile security prison of holding some of the most highest-profile criminals in the United States. And that's where the United States holds them before they put them in the prison where they're going to remain for the rest of their life. And we were busing them to the location where they're now going to fly to their home prison. And you got out of your car and waved at them like a flaming lunatic, and we thought you were signaling them. And we thought in your briefcase was a bomb or some kind of gun that you were going to pass along to them. And that is why you are under arrest. I said, I'm not from here. I had no idea. And they believed me because I wasn't from there. It was only like my second week of school down there. So I had no idea that there was any type of prison or anything. Like one of the highest profile prisons that you can imagine that holds these. And here's me at the criminals. Hey, me. Hey, y'all. Oh my God, I'm so proud to see you. The worst part about it is because of the fact that our school was all the way down the road and it was such a T9C school, we couldn't get a sub for that day. So my principal made me go to school that day and I had to get a PE uniform from the school, clean myself up in the gym showers, change, and finish teaching that day. But all before when I got to school, there was handcuffs on my desk because he radioed into our school officer and said, yo, put handcuffs on my shoulder and says, he. I was like, too soon, dude. Too soon. So yeah, that's how I started my day that day. Soaking wet, full of puke, full of mud, everything else, and still had to go to school. They wouldn't even give me the daggum day off. Yeah, so here's me waving at the prisoners like, yo, how you do? That's how. Only me. Happens to me. All right, so this, what we made, is a little sensory bag. And hopefully you can see it, but what your kids are going to do is they're going to try and move all the gold coins into the pot and make it into the pot of gold. So they're going to move the little gold coins and the water will help them move the gold coins into the pot of gold. And then it can move them again. And you could start them over again. And then you can move them or whatever. And then they have to see if they can move them back. And it's a good little sensory thing to move the pot of gold. And some of them move out. So you have to move them back in. And it's a cute little sensory bag idea for kids to try and play with, and they've got to get them all in the pot, so that's why you have to make the pot kind of big, and you're going to use 6 coins, so, and then they stay in there, and there you've made a little sensory bag pot of gold, cute little thing. I did not get my briefcase back. It was very sad, and the school paid for a new laptop, so, but that was sad. But other than that, it was super funny, and so it's still a funny story to this day. But this is a cute little thing, and you could do it with Easter too. You can draw a little Easter basket and get the little eggs, that they sell at Walmart, and then move the eggs in the basket. So you could do it with several things, and it could be a little sensory bag. And then to clean it up, you just take it, dump the water out, and it's something cute. Costs $1.50 to make. So, it really easy, really simple, something fun. You can even make it together. You can have them color it. I wouldn't, as far as do you have to use a Sharpie? I would say yes, because I tried to use other markers. And the other markers didn't work. What up, idiot sandwich? I miss and love you, big. I tried to use other markers, and the other markers took a long time to color, and they didn't stay. You want to use a permanent marker so that when your kids touch it, it doesn't come off on their hands. Okay. So you want to use a permanent marker to where when they're moving it with their fingers, it doesn't come off. So it doesn't have to be Sharpie, but you definitely want to use a permanent marker so that it doesn't come off when they're moving the coins around. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm so proud of you, dude. Way to rock the exam. Get it, man. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Rock on, man. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Way to kill it. Get it, dude. Sorry, that's one of my kids. They come first. I'm so proud of you. Rock it. So this is how you do the sensory bag. Again, you could do it with Easter, where you can either draw a little basket Or you could draw a bunny on here, and then with the bunny, you can, move the eggs next to the bunny or whatever. You could add glitter to the water. There's a lot of things, a lot of variations you could do to it. And it shows up on both sides. So if you used a different marker, if you didn't want your kids to get their hands on it, just flip the bag over. And then that way they're not getting the marker on their hand. So that's an alternative to not getting the marker on their hands. So that might be, an alternative to if you don't have Sharpies or if you don't want them to get the marker on their hands, just flip the bag over because it shows through because it's a clear bag. And it still works just fine because I'm moving it around and they're working. So it's just a little, and it works and they move around really well. And you can actually see the coins a little bit better on this side rather than the coins being kind of covered up a little bit by the rainbow on this side. If you flip it, you can see the coins much better on the uncolored side. Does that make sense? So, and then you just dump it or, move it over or whatever and then use it the next day or what have you. So just a little cute idea, something to do. I kind of wanted to do something other than tumblers to kind of give some people a little bit of break. I know a lot of people have kids at home. A lot of people wanted something, and it is something fun that you can kind of manipulate and piddle with and do. So I like to kind of expand our repertoire. We kind of get stuck sometimes and we get in this like crafting funk. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And please, after it airs, rewatch it if you don't mind. And just to give it an extra view or whatever. And if you have a question or comment, you know that you can always reach out to me on Facebook. Join our Facebook group, Show Me Chauvin, if you would like to see tumblers from the Tumbler Mama. And if you have anything else that you need, just please message us on Facebook. You can just reach out to me or leave a comment below. And so there you go. Y'all have a great day. Be good to everybody. Bye, y'all. And congratulations, dude.